This is TradeFlow News, bringing you relevant news and insights from around the world. TradeFlow News, enabling trade for SMEs and economies worldwide.
These are some of the key topics that we will be looking into in today's program.
First, let's take a look at the overnight headlines which are impacting the commodity markets. European Union countries failed to agree on a bloc-wide response to surging energy prices in an emergency meeting of government ministers on Tuesday, with some countries seeking a regulatory overhaul and others firmly opposed. European gas prices have hit record highs this autumn and remain at lofty levels, prompting most EU countries to respond with emergency measures like price caps and subsidies to help trim consumer energy bills. Countries are struggling to agree, however, on a longer-term plan to cushion against fossil fuel price swings, which Spain, France, the Czech Republic and Greece say warrant a bigger shake-up of the way EU energy markets work.
China's top economic planner said on Tuesday it was studying a mechanism to stabilize coal prices over the long run, in its latest move to cool the red-hot market. The National Development and Reform Commission, NDRC, said it was looking into the costs and profitability of the coal sector in an effort to work out a mechanism to guide prices to move within a reasonable range. The NDRC was also considering including coal in a prohibiting exorbitant profits category. The new mechanism would be based on a benchmark price plus a floating range, after taking into account costs, reasonable margins and market changes, it said.
Moving on to the top news in the energy sector.
Oil prices edged towards new multi-year highs on Tuesday, supported by a global supply shortage and strong demand in the United States, the world's biggest consumer. Brent crude was flat at $86 a barrel by 13:09 GMT. U.S. oil was up 20 cents, or 0.7%, to $83.96. Goldman Sachs said Brent was likely to push above its year-end forecast of $90 a barrel, while Larry Fink, chief executive of the world's largest asset manager BlackRock, said there was a high probability of oil reaching $100.
Saudi Arabia's Crown Prince launched a Mideast Green Initiative on Monday which he said aimed to secure 39 billion rials, $10.4 billion, for an investment fund and clean energy project as part of efforts to reduce regional carbon emissions. Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman said the kingdom, which is the world's top oil exporter, would contribute 15% of the funds and would work with other states and development funds on the funding and execution of the initiatives. As part of the kingdom's leading role in developing energy markets, it will work to establish an investment fund for carbon circular economy solutions in the region and an initiative to offer clean energy solutions to help feed more than 750 million people worldwide, he said.
Next, we have the top news in metal markets.
China's net gold imports via Hong Kong jumped nearly 60% in September to their highest level in 5 months, data from the Hong Kong Census and Statistics Department showed on Tuesday. Net gold imports via Hong Kong to China, the world's top consumer, stood at 34.786 tons in September compared with 21.804 tons in August, the data showed. Total gold imports via Hong Kong rose to 41.877 tons from 24.549 tons.
Copper prices retreated on Tuesday, weighed down by worries that a power crisis and slower economic growth in top metals consumer China will erode demand. 3-month copper on the London Metal Exchange eased 0.6% to $9,804.50 a ton in official open outcry trading after rising by 1.7% on Monday. High power prices and efforts to curb emissions in China have dampened output of some metals, but analysts are concerned that fabricators will also be hit, undermining consumption. We will now look at the top news in the agricultural sector. Farmers in India are gathering in the largest rice crop in history, which promises record exports, while making sure to keep up their longest-running protest, set to turn a year old next month. The sit-in against controversial agriculture reforms is taking place in the capital, miles away from the 5 acres, 2 hectares, of lush green rice paddies tended by Sukrampal Benawal in his village of Munich, in the northern state of Haryana. "We'll not budge until the government rolls back the laws," he said, referring to 3 measures the farmers, demonstrating by the tens of thousands in New Delhi, say will threaten their livelihoods.
That is all for today's news on commodity markets. Stay tuned to TradeFlow News as we continue to provide you with more updates. We also invite you to follow us on Twitter at TradeFlow News, which allows you to watch our program on your mobile device or desktop to receive information from there.